off right. So today we're going to do some back work, a lot of posterior chain work. One thing that I used to do when I was younger, and a lot of people do, is they do a lot of mirror muscle work. So a lot of pressing, a lot of quad work. It looks good in the mirror, which is great. You want that to look good too, but you end up neglects your posture. People have back issues. It's really not back issues. It's hamstrings are undeveloped and glutes. You're sitting at your desk all day. Your hips, your hip flexors become overdeveloped, and that causes everything pulls down, causes your lower back to hurt. So today we're going to do some RDLs. You're going to see me do some deadlifts as well, because I love lower back work. I really strengthens my lower back doing conventional deadlifts, but for most of y'all, RDLs is good. If you have back issues, just make sure you're stopping when that bar gets about mid-shin. You can use barbell, or if you really have a tight back, kettlebells are really good for that as well. Make sure those kettlebells go the side of your leg. If you don't have any equipment at home, what we're going to do is I got some bags here. You can use book bag. You can do these are just water bottles, a little over a pound a bottle. You can fit about 15 of these babies in here, so they're not really heavy, but make sure you just go slow. You can bring those bags beside your legs and do the RDLs that way. So we got 6 RDLs. I'm going to be doing 10 pull-ups on this mid bar. If you don't have a pull-up bar, that's fine. You just get your better half spouse, get them to have a towel. You'll sit down on a chair, get the end of that towel, just make sure their hand's in the middle. They're going to give you a little bit of resistance. You're pulling that towel to your collarbone. All right, just tell them to give you a little bit of resistance on that. Come all the way out. Just use your partner on that. Do 10 reps. We're going to do it 4 times on that. So first we're going to do a little bit of a warm-up. So make sure when you're doing RDLs and then some back work, you want to warm up your hamstrings and lower back. So Supermans are really good. We'll do 10 Supermans, hands out, come back in, reset. So we'll do 10 reps. Get your lower back warmed up. Scoop stretches. So do this a lot. You're just putting your heel in front of your toe, coming down, keep that leg straight. We'll do 10 scoop stretches each leg. Go ahead and knock that out. Another thing to remember is warm up is critical. A lot of people, they don't do a lot of warm up, so keep doing those scoop stretches while I'm explaining, but when you roll out of bed, you're probably not ready to do a business equation or really think at 100% capacity. Your body's the same way, so you need to warm up, you need to get your blood pressure and heart rate up, and you need to get your nervous system fully alert. And a lot of times that's the issue. Is that when I warm up, especially deadlifts, it's going to take me 5 to 10 minutes to warm up. So I'm working up to a lot of weight, but I don't want to just jump into it cold turkey. I want to make sure my back, everything's got blood flow into that area. So after you do 10 scoop stretches, just bring heel to butt, get the quads loosened up, hold it about 5 seconds on each leg. And do it 3 times each leg. Then you're going to do some Frankensteins, right arm to left toe, left arm to right toe. And then whatever equipment you have at home, dumbbells, barbells, just get a lighter version. If you don't have those, just use the bags like I told you. Most of y'all should have water. If you don't have any water, the coronavirus is the least of your problems. Everybody get some water. You can get a backpack. We'll do a light warm-up set. Remember, if you don't have equipment, just use those bags. Do about 10 to 12 reps. We'll get your hamstrings loosened up. I'm going to use the bar. Remember on those RDLs, you were going down until you feel that tension in the back of your hamstrings, keeping that bar close to you. I'm going to put some weight on here. A couple key things to remember when you're doing an RDL, or really any type of deadlift movement. Chest up, flexing the tricep, locking the arm out. I see a lot of this, they pick it up. That's a good way to rip up that elbow. So lock your arms out, drop your hips, chest up. Then when you pull, think about pulling your shoulder blades into your back pocket. Pull it up, that back is tight, that bar is staying in contact with your leg all the way down, all the way up. So when you do like a lat pull, you'll feel your back on that. Think about doing that movement while you're doing the deadlift. That way when you get to the bottom of it, and you're coming up, it doesn't float out in front of you. That's a good way to tear up your back. So keep the bar close to your leg. If you have blood on your leg, or if your leg hurts, that means you're doing it right. So keep the bar on your leg. You're going to do 6 of those. So after you do 6, you'll do the 10 pull-ups. Like I said, if you don't have access to a pull-up bar, use your partner. You're going to do that towel lat pull of the 10 pull-ups. Make sure you focus on that muscle you're working. That is your lats on these movements. And then after you finish 10 reps, make sure you take a breather. If you're doing strength work, you need to rest at least a minute. And I've seen studies, after 30 seconds, your body is really only recovered about 50%. So if you're hopping back into it after 30 seconds, you may can do 6 reps in the first set, but you're only gonna do 3 or 4 in the second. So take at least a minute if you wanna keep your heart rate up. If you wanna really build strength and solid muscle, I would take 90 seconds to 2 minutes. Anything under 8 reps, you're gonna need a lot more rest time. So take about at least a minute if you wanna keep your heart rate up. 90 seconds to 2 or 3 minutes if you really are focused on getting stronger and lifting more weight. All right, so you do that 4 rounds, and then once you do a warm-up set, you need to go heavier on the deadlift, using the kettlebells, dumbbells, or add more water in the bag. After you do 4 rounds on that, you get the bat wing row. That looks like this. So y'all may not have this equipment at home, that's fine. But if you do, that bat wing row looks like this. It's great for your back, rear part of your shoulders. Remember, we're working on the posterior chain, so you bring those elbows in. You're going to do 10 reps. If you do not have a bench and access to kettlebells, we have this bag. So you can do the same thing. There's a couple ways to get stronger. You can lift heavy weights, or you can make lightweight feel heavy. So if this is pretty easy for you, what we're going to do is we're going to do those 28s that we've done in class. So you do 7 full reps, then you go 7 slow up and slow down, then you go 7 halfway up, and then 7 halfway down. That's it. If you do not have access to kettlebells or dumbbells, we'll do more reps. That way you're really working that muscle. But you got 10 reps on the row or the 28s if you do not have access to the weights. Then we got the bent over lateral raise, 12 reps on that. You can use dumbbells. Same thing, if you don't have any equipment, you just lighten up the bags, come out. It actually makes it a little bit harder because it's unstable. These water bottles all over the place. So you do chest over the ground. You're going to do 12 reps. Make sure you're coming to the top, squeeze the shoulder blades together. You're going to do 4 rounds. So you got the rows for 10, or you can do the single arm rows, 28s, and then you got the bent over raises for 12. After that, you really should be feeling your shoulders because you're doing a lot of volume on back today. Then finishing off with the TRX row, 12 reps. Main thing on this TRX row, you want to get your heels up, your heels on the ground, toes up, elbows coming in, make sure you're squeezing your back. You're going to do 12 reps on that. Make sure you keep your core tight. You're not dropping your hips back. Always start arms locked out. Pull your elbows into your ribs. Really squeeze. Focus on your back on that movement. 12 reps. If you do not have a TRX, you're going to grab your partner. They may be getting tired of you by now, but they're going to help you out. You're going to get that towel. Same thing. Just wrap it around. Grab each end of the towel. Get a split stance. Your partner will give you a little bit of resistance in the middle of that towel. You're going to do 12 reps with that towel. Just make sure you let them know, how easy, how hard it is. But give a little bit of resistance on that if you do not have access to the TRX. We got the towel row, and then we got the towel pull-up. The band pull apart, you got 20 reps. This is one of my favorite moves to do. I try to do about at least 100 of these every day. Because the older you get, the more we tend to slouch over. So these will help keep your chest up, getting those hands east and west. You're going to do 20 reps. If you don't have access to a band, do these instead. So thumbs out, lean over, come back, squeeze, pause at the top, and do 20 reps. All right? So 20 pull-aparts. If you don't have access to a band, do the thumbs out movement. And just a side note, if you do have a band, or if you're at the gym, I would knock out, at least start with 50 of these, add 5 or 10 every week. You're going to notice a big change in your posture. Some of y'all are familiar with wrestling. Triple H, he used to do 1,000 of these a day. His rear delts were really as strong as his front, which you don't need to see that much. But these are really good. I call it prehab. That way you don't get into rehab. You're already working that rear part of your shoulder. You're really helping your posture reset. So you're gonna do 3 rounds on that. You got 12 row, 20 pull aparts, or the thumbs out movement if you do not have equipment. Then when we get done, the real fun begins. So, we're gonna do kettlebell. And how I like to train, and what I like about how we do things at squad now is I always like to do a strength portion. And depending on what I'm doing for the day, I'll take longer rest periods. Sometimes I'll take shorter rest periods. I always want to change it, really. And at the end, I do a kind of a circuit training or a WOD or something that really just burns me out at the end. So today we're doing climb the ladder. So you're going to start and try to do this in 15 minutes. If you're taking a proper rest time on this, they should probably take you anywhere from at least 25 up to 45 minutes minimum. So most of y'all 30, 35 minutes on this. If you're getting plenty of rest, if you're getting less rest, you're trying to keep your heart rate up, about 25 minutes. And this one you're going to try to do in 15 minutes. I got the noted weight here. If you do have kettlebells, red or black, ladies 26 or 35, guys go 44, 53. So climb the ladder. You're going to start with 1 burpee, chest to ground. If you come up, hips go up, jumping. A lot of times on burpees, is people don't get tired from their heart rate because their shoulders wear out. So when you do a burpee, you don't want to do a strict push-up. This is more for time and heart rate than doing push-ups. So you want to kind of just fall to the ground, bounce up, get your hips up first. So hips up, feet wide, jump. That will save your arms, and you'll be able to knock out a lot more burpees once you focus on getting your hips up, feet out. You're going to notice a big difference on that. So you do 1 burpee, and you got 2 goblet squats. That is with the kettlebell here, elbows down, get deep on that movement. Make sure the hips are getting parallel to the knees or below. You'll do 2 goblet squats, then you got 2 kettlebell swings with that same kettlebell on that swing. You start in front of you, get behind, get the hips through, lock your legs, squeeze your glutes. Make sure on that movement, that kettlebell does not go below your knee. So if your back hurts, 95% of the time, it's probably because your kettlebell is going below the knee. So the kettlebell is behind you, about knee height, chest up, you come through, let those arms swing. It is a hip movement, so the kettlebell should not be going way up here. We're doing the Russian style kettlebell, where the kettlebell just comes out, and it's all hips, posterior chain, what I was talking about on that movement. You're gonna do 1 burpee, 2 squats, 2 swings, and then you go 2 burpees, 4 goblet squats, 6 swings, 3 burpees, 6 goblet squats, 9 swings. You're just adding a burpee, you're adding 2 goblet squats, and you're adding 3 kettlebell swings. So your last set, look at this beautiful handwriting. You got 10 burpees, you got 20 goblet squats, and 30 swings. That should be on your last sets. So it's 10 sets. You just start 1, 2, 2, 2, 4, 6, 3, 6, 9, 10, 20, 30. Time yourself. I'm gonna do this here in a bit, but make sure when you do this workout, comment, see what time you got, see if you beat me. But this should probably take you at least 40 minutes to do everything, up to an hour if you're doing it correctly. And then when you get done, make sure you stretch it out. Some good stretches, particularly since we talked about hamstrings being tight. You get the traditional, just a toe touch, hanging out 10-15 seconds. Make sure you breathe in deep. Big breath out. Another good one I like is just interlock your fingers behind your knee and just extend out. Do about 10 to 15 of these. That is really good for getting your hamstrings loose as well. Then if you have a partner, they can push on your foot. Bring your knee, keep it straight, bring that knee back. Really work on your flexibility in your hamstrings. That's going to help your lower back a lot. And then what I always recommend is when I was younger, I'd work out and I just want to do bench all the time, curls, like everybody else does. I want to get a big chest and big arm. And the older you get, you start to feel it in your shoulders. So what I try to do now is I try to do 2-to-1 ratio, so I do 2 times as much pulling work as I do pressing work. So if I'm doing a back workout versus chest, I'm gonna do at least 24, 30 sets of back versus maybe 10 to 12 of chest. All right, that'll really help reset your posture, particularly the older you get. So try to focus on 2-to-1. Same thing with legs. You want to do a lot more hamstring and glute work as opposed to just your quads. So think of the 2-to-1 ratio, two pulling versus 1 pushing. But that is a workout today. Let me know how you did. Just make sure those RDLs, remember you're keeping that bar close to your legs or kettlebells beside your legs. You're pulling your shoulders back. You got a slight bend in your knees. And on the towel pulls, just tell your partner how much resistance you need. Really, once you get on the pull-ups, 7, 8, 9, and 10 should be pretty tough, so make sure they're giving you enough resistance on that. Same thing with the row, the bent over raise. Just make sure that bent over raise you're staying, like the name implies, bent over. So I see a lot of this really. These are 2 different movements. So a side raise is working more of the lateral part of your shoulder. A bent over raise is working more of the posterior part of your delt. So stay bent over. If you have like a chair or something at home, you can put your head here. That'll help keep that cue for you to stay bent over. You really want to focus on the rear part of your shoulder on that movement. TRX row or the towel row, same thing. You'll be a little bit stronger if you're doing the towel in the upright position. So have your partner give you a little more tension. Then the band pull apart or the thumbs out for your posture. But make sure to do at least 20 band pull aparts. I'd set a goal, write it down. If you got bands at home, start with 50 or so today, or 60 since we're doing 3 sets. And then every day or every week, add 5 to 10 reps. So try to do 60 pull aparts every day this week. Next week, try to get 65, 70, so on and so forth. Knock those out, you're gonna see a big difference in how tall you stand. You'll notice yourself just, instead of allowing yourself to slouch, just stand upright on that movement. Then climb the ladder. Just post what time you get. I hope this is clear. If you have any questions, let me know. I'm about to go do this myself. But I look forward to seeing what y'all got and how the workout went. Have a good Monday. Thank y'all for watching, and let's get it.